don't know how you got back, but you made a big mistake coming here.
Oh, contraire, mon frère. The mistake was thinking you'd won.
I get it.
I don't think you do. But you're about to. And so will that idiot sheriff and his wife.
And your little dog, too!
I've gone on record saying that Sonic the Hedgehog 1 is the best video game movie that I have ever seen, and I have to say that that record still stands. I've now seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I was dying to see because I love the first one so much, and I wanted to see where they were going to take things now that Knuckles, played by Idris Elba, is a part of the mix, and we've also got Colleen O'Shaughnessey's Tails in there as well, so we have these three cartoon mascot characters running around inside of the world that we know, which is weird. It was weird with Sonic the Hedgehog, but to see red, blue, and yellow giant-headed cartoon characters interacting with humans is bizarre as hell. But that's exactly what the challenge was, as they are expanding this franchise and delving into new lore from the Sonic history. I felt like there was some parallels with what happened with the video games, because of course as the Sonic games started to take off on the Genesis, new characters kept being added to the franchise, and that got further extrapolated as we went into 3D, and then it started to get a bit crazy trying to figure out who's who, and why are we playing as this character? We just want to focus on Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was reminded of that, and I had echoes of that as I was watching Sonic 2. And it's not to say that I didn't like Knuckles or didn't like Tails. I think they're pretty cool. I think Knuckles works a little bit better than Tails does, although Tails, I think, adds even more kind of childlike enthusiasm to the picture, and probably was construed as a way to bring even younger kids into the mix. And I thought that the first Sonic movie struck the perfect balance. It was family friendly, but there was a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of adult sensibility to it. It definitely leaned heavily on nostalgia, but it didn't skew too young, in my opinion.
Oh my God, stop the car right now!
What?
The world's largest rubber band ball? We gotta see it!
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool, though.
Certainly very young kids would love the look of Sonic the Hedgehog. My daughter was 2 years younger when that came out, and she loved it. But this movie, I think, is targeting younger, and it's, I think, a huge proportion of why is because Tails is such a hero-worshipping little kid, looks up to Sonic the Hedgehog, has been following his exploits and adventures, and just wants to work with them. Which is an interesting idea, but he's so innocent. It's cute, and he's got some cool powers and stuff, but it makes the whole movie kind of treacly, a little bit too saccharine. I think the counter to that is Knuckles, who's got a powerful punch and the spikes on his gloves and crushes people's hands when he gives them handshakes, and a bad attitude, kind of a rough voice. Idris Elba not holding anything back there. I just didn't find the character as humorous as I think the opportunities allowed for, and one of the best things about Sonic that we've seen on screen so far is that combination, that 1-2 punch of Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik and Ben Schwartz's amazing ad-libs that we get as Sonic. There's a lot of comedic fire there, and I felt like Idris Elba should have been given better material or had some more variety in the way that he delivered his lines. I've heard people compare Idris Elba's Knuckles to the Dave Bautista performance of Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I don't think it holds a candle to that. Bautista is amazing as Drax. A very deft touch on being overly literal with all of his observations. And Knuckles had an opportunity to make us laugh a little bit more. There's some cool moments, some cool action beats for sure, but definitely the standout element in Sonic 2 is Jim Carrey. He was making me chuckle and laugh throughout the entirety of the film. Every time he's on screen, starting with the amazing Mushroom Planet sequence where we left off from the first film, a little bit of a spoiler there. His interactions with all of the mushroom, all the fungi that's growing everywhere, and all of his deliveries around there, amazing. And it just keeps stacking and getting more interesting, and there's just more flavor, more color. I mean, he goes all out and reminds us what a comedic genius he is and how well he can deliver and just nail every line read and every single opportunity to give us a smile or a giggle or a laugh or what. He just can hit that mark again and again and again. He's wonderful. And he looks incredible with the bald head and the supersized mustache. He's relishing it. I don't think we get the same kind of caliber of comedic performance that we get from Ben Schwartz as Sonic or Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik out of actors like Adam Pally, also Lee Majdoub. They work hard to make their supporting roles kind of interesting, but they are given kind of flat lines to work with, and they look like they're working really hard. And the same can be said for Natasha Rothwell's character, who was a standout in the first film, so I'm sure the writers and the producers and everybody wanted to give her more work to do. And she is working really hard, but again, it's just not that funny. She's got a very contrived wedding that she's a part of. She's marrying Shemar Moore's character, and that just felt forced. And again, like the effort was there to try to like milk laughs out of stuff, but it just wasn't that funny. It does get a little bit more zany when Sonic and his new cartoon buddies sort of crash the party. That was interesting. And of course, there's lots of visual stimulation with all of Dr. Robotnik's robots, including the mega giant one, which comes in the climax of the movie. This is a good sequel, and sequels are very hard to make because the sequel that we make in our imagination is always going to be better than the one that the filmmakers can have the budget and the ability to create in that limited amount of time. But this is still funny, and it's still good, and it's charming, and I certainly see the heart and the value and the care and the love for this franchise from all of the stakeholders. I can't wait to see what Sonic 3 turns out to be. They're going to get a ton of feedback on this movie, and I think that they've got a lot of great stuff, a lot of great ingredients to work with. I do want the filmmakers, to be wary of just cluttering the screen with too many characters and just adding so much material into these movies as they go forward. One thing that I kind of missed is the honesty of the moments between James Marsden's character, the Donut Lord, and Ben Schwartz's Sonic, because they have a really amazing father-son dynamic, and they kind of lean on each other and learn from each other and become better characters because of each other. And they were separated for a big chunk of the action in this film, and I was a bit bummed by that. They're having FaceTime calls and telephone calls, but they're just not together. And they were so great in that first film. Now, I did enjoy this movie. I just don't think it's as good as the first Sonic the Hedgehog film is.
For a guy named Knuckles, you are really bad at punching.
And if you haven't seen that one, definitely see that. Then I have a feeling you're going to want to see this one too. I'm going to give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 a 7 out of 10.